There's a market update on Sunday, July the 24th, after obviously the market's closed from the previous week. Let's start off, as always, looking at the New York Composite for this is looking at the overall market, which obviously affects all our trades and where it's at right now. And where it's at right now is currently still a pig market. This is a market that, despite clearly looking like it was well established into a bear market, decided to do a U-turn, saw the presidential election coming up, and the system has been flooded with liquidity, and so you're getting this weird distortion and this odd rising market here. But in terms of the criteria I use, in terms of bull or bear, we've got a bullish sign here on the RSI. That's above 55%. The closing price for the week is above the 70-week line, which is the red line there. But the 40-week line is below the 70-week. That's bearish. And over the last 6 months, well, it's kind of starting to turn upwards, but its average line is not really over a 6-month period, as you would say, is trending up yet. In any case, you need all four things to be unanimous to say bull or bear. Anything else is a pig market, which is kind of a directionless, trendless market. So that's regarding stocks, which is why I've turned my attention to currencies and commodities. We'll look at that shortly. Zooming in a little bit, here's how the New York Composite ended the week on the weekly chart. It broke out of this resistance line here, sort of trying to consolidate in that area. Looking at more close detail on the day-to-day chart here, we can see the market's kind of in this very tight little channel here, kind of marking time, waiting for something, hesitating. There's a lot of news coming out this week, but this does not look like a market that wants to go down just yet. So, but at the same time, it's also it's a very expensive market in terms of values, and becoming more so every day. But there's a lot of money coming into the market. That's not to say can't go higher. And as I said last week, I'm not going to stand in the way of a speeding train, but nor do I have to jump on it either. So let's turn to a few individual trades. Hang on, let me just look at, first of all, at the sectors, because that might be telling, that can give you some clues. What's interesting, I looked at, selected the highs, what's getting the most high prices over the last 5 days in terms of new highs. And it's still pretty safe plays. Other than technology, utilities is quite a safe play. So there's money piling in, right? But it's not particularly certain money, that's for sure. So let's look at some individual ones. We've got ones that I've had open are these are examples, just examples of things that stocks that have been trading. There's just one right there, it's still going well. But that's in terms of the overall market, that's where it is, kind of in a holding pattern, waiting to see what happens next. Currencies and commodities is what I'm looking at, but that's for the 99 Club membership, which is something that which is going to happen on a separate video privately for those guys. But in terms of the overall market, there it is, a bit frustrating, but it's kind of in no man's land right now. And other than short-term trades, it's pretty much a wait and see kind of deal.